Hello, welcome back to Plant-Based Allie. Today we are going to do a what I eat in a day video, and I'm doing a what I eat in a day for vegan weight loss. And the reason that I'm putting air quotes or quotes around weight loss is because A, I'm not a dietitian, I am not a personal trainer. I'm basically just eating what I ate before when I was on my 60-pound weight loss journey. So I'm really just duplicating what worked for me the first time and then gleaning off of different YouTubers and then also things outside of YouTube that I'm utilizing for just finding new recipes, stuff like that. But I guess just take everything with a grain of salt. I'm eating what works for me and my body and my goals. And again, the reason that I have the air quotes in there is because there are things that I could have eaten throughout my day, which I will talk about at the end, that if I had tweaked a little bit, it would have had me a little bit closer to my goals. It would help me achieve losing weight a little bit faster. But also with having said that, I have thought a lot about the concept of putting timelines on weight loss, and when it's like I want to lose 10 pounds in 30 days or I want to lose X amount in a year. And it's not really practical because no matter how hard you try, A, that goal might not even be physically attainable for you and your body depending on what the goal is, but then also this is a lifelong plan. And so if I had looked at it as a lifelong journey 20 years ago when I probably first started not wanting to be overweight and whatever it was, if I had started looking at it as a long-term plan then I think that I would have achieved my goals so much sooner as opposed to like crash diet concept type stuff. But anyways, that is not my excuse for why in the end of this video you'll see that my fat was a little bit too high, but kind of just the concept and the mindset behind time spans and weight loss. But anywho, you guys want to see what I ate on this day, so let's just get going. I vlogged everything in Cronometer, so I'll also show you at the end of the video the calories, a little bit of the nutrients, and just how the macros break down. I always start off my day with a soy latte that I make at home. Also filling up my water bottle. My goal is to finish 2 of these water bottles every day. They are 32 ounces each, so 64 ounces together, which will get me to my goal, and then anything I drink on top of that is awesome. For actual food breakfast, I had 2 of these Vans plant protein pancakes. I don't have these toaster waffles or pancakes every day, but they are really convenient in a pinch. And I love that their protein is so high. So, you know, sometimes if you need something quick, this could be a good option. And with that, I had a little bit of yogurt and some blueberries. We made a PB&J sandwich. It looks way too good. Stealing a bite of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can do more down.
Okay, maybe 2 bites. It's gonna be a middle bite. It's not gonna be a nudge bite.
Mm-hmm. You want 3?
No. So I'm working on some stuff upstairs. I started getting a little hungry and my source vitamins started to sound real good. So I came down here, got 2 of each. I already had one of the brown ones because I think they're so good. I feel like they taste like coffee. Jared doesn't agree, but I think they taste a little coffee-y. But that one is the mood one, I think. Pink is beauty, blue is the collagen. I don't plan to keep getting the collagen and the beauty one, but there's kind of overlapping right now. I think we're going to stick with the mood one and then the beauty one. So that plus a whole year and I'm all set for vitamins. I'm gonna snack on these and get working on stuff upstairs again. For For lunch, some Trader Joe's chickenless tenders.
potatoes
that had gone through the Instant Pot that were in the fridge hanging out waiting for me. So I pulled out a couple of those, cut them up, mashed them up a little bit so that they would heat more evenly. Threw them in the air fryer. With the hot stuff. And in the end, there were one of these potatoes that I did not finish, and that will reflect in the end in Cronometer properly, but I did not eat all of these potatoes that you see here. Almost, but not quite. So for dinner, I'm gonna make some sort of bean enchilada. I have Trader Joe's tortillas. They're wheat and corn tortillas, which I was really stoked about. They have another half wheat, half corn tortilla that I also really like, but they did not have that this time. So I'm just gonna do some fat-free refried beans from Trader Joe's. I'm gonna do half that and then half the mung beans that we just made. Zeroing out the scale. And then I'm gonna add the same seasoning that I added to my lunch on top of those potatoes, and it's not actually the Imperfect Food seasoning for all things. It's close. It's half nutritional yeast and then half of the no salt seasoning from Costco. Typically that's what I add to everything, so I just decided to make my life a little bit easier, put it in a cute shaker, and just do it that way. I'm not worrying about measuring that, but there is some B12 and nutritional yeast. Maybe I want this inside and then some other stuff inside and on top. And this stuff has 0 fat, so I'm not really worried about how much I'm adding. It's not an oil base. Whoops. Oh well, I did not zero it out, but it was on 14 before, so I'll just subtract from 14. So 20. Then I'm just going to do a little extra sauces on top, a little bit of cheese, stick it in the air fryer. This is that green salsa. Last but not least, a little vegan cheese topper. I am conscious of the amount of cheese because oftentimes vegan cheeses are going to be oil-based, therefore fat-based. A little can go a long way. I find that I typically don't get close to a full serving, so that right there is just 12 grams, where a full serving is 28 grams. So I just only add a little bit. Fresh out of the air fryer, looking pretty good. Hi, Barney! Barney wants to try some too. So that's everything I had going on for the day, and I did feel really full at the end of the day. I think that the potatoes really helped to fill me up and keep me full, along with finishing those 2 bottles of water. So checking out Cronometer, at the end of the day, I ended up just under 1,700 calories. My protein was 67 grams, carbs 250, fat 47. So I should have a quick comment on here that my goal in general each day is between 1,600 and 2,100 calories. I do have a big gap there because I don't want it to be crazy consistent every single day, and it really has to do with how much activity I have going on. So on days that I'm doing weightlifting or go on a really big run, I'm gonna have more calories, but on days if I'm just kind of doing stuff around the house like I was on this day, not a lot physically going on, then I don't need to have too high of calories, but I'm also gonna go by kind of what my body's telling me. If I can get to 100 grams in protein in a day, I'm super stoked about that. I'm really not worried at all about my carbs. And then how I was commenting before on the weight loss, so my fat definitely could have been a little bit lower. And one thing that I really like about Cronometer is you can tap on where it says fat, and it will show you what the things you ate in your day were that had the highest fat. So me looking back at my day, I can be like, okay, wanted my fat to be a little bit lower. So maybe if I had either had less of or maybe substituted this for something else, the chickenless tenders, the tortillas that I had, and then also tortilla chips. Those are the top 3 things that had higher fat in them. So again, it's not necessarily completely cutting it out. If I had actually finished all of my potatoes and not had one of the tenders, as opposed to kicking out one of my potatoes, that could have been a good call. And then also with the tortillas, I really was hoping that they had their other kind of corn and wheat tortillas, because I know that those just are a bit lower in fat by what is in them. So again, if I had had a different kind of tortilla, it's not that I can't have tortillas at all. It's just that if I had had a different kind, that would have given me a different result. But scrolling through everything, I've got my latte there, vitamins, pancakes, yogurt with blueberries, skipping there to lunch with the potatoes, the chickenless tenders. I do have that PB&J sandwich I had a couple bites of. So as you also will have noticed, I weighed a lot of my things because even though they can be close, it's really never going to be exactly what the package says weight-wise per serving. As you saw with my lunch and the tenders there, it was only off by like 3 grams per serving, but in the end it adds up, and when you multiply that out by how many calories or whatever it is in the item, it again is making a difference. And then let me Google this real quick, because there's like a certain percent that you can have legally, like that you can be off by. All right, legal percentage nutritional labels can be off by. Let's see if that search actually got us anything helpful. Here we go. This is health.usnews.com. Nutrition fact labels are not always factual. For starters, the law allows a pretty lax margin error of 20% for the stated value versus actual value of nutrients. That can refer to calories, that can refer to how many grams of protein, how many grams of fat, vitamin ratios. Basically, when counting calories, acknowledge that weighing things can help, but then even going off of that, the nutritional labels also, again, aren't always accurate. So it's a good guideline, but you don't need to worry about going too crazy on something. At least that's what I do for myself, because all of this is just what I ate today, what I'm doing for myself. So yeah, I snuck in a serving of chips that I don't think you guys saw there, so I did have that I marked. I got my energy drink with the B12 in it, and then my dinner there. So the corn tortillas, mung beans, refried beans, sauces, cheese. So that was my day. Vitamin wise, it looks like I could have been a little bit higher in E, so I will look up what has E in it. And then I'm pretty good on minerals there, pretty good on carbs, fat, you know. I do want to say that when using Cronometer and things like this, you're basically at the will/whim of the people that input the information into Cronometer. So when someone inputs a food, they have the option to put in the percentage of vitamins and everything that's in it. It's not completely required. So sometimes you're going to potentially put something in your Cronometer that just doesn't have all the nutrients saved, or it's possible that it's saved incorrectly. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. I do plan to kind of come out with a series that is like this because as much as I hope that it's helpful for you guys, it's also really helpful for me. My next video is gonna be my unboxing from my Kinder beauty box that I was gifted for my birthday, and I love it. I think that it could be a great idea for anybody that's looking to gift something to someone for Christmas. It was just a 3-month subscription box that my in-laws bought for me, and I have been loving it. So if you're looking for anything to give anyone for Christmas, stay tuned. That video will be out on Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon.